Are you there? Okay, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. And tell us a little bit now about your experience.
Well, it was sort of disturbing, in ways, because I think some of the images I was seeing were, darker. I mean, like, the first thing that came to me was, it was all very, very energetic, and, like, I saw lightning and storm clouds, and then I kind of was seeing that pass, and I was thinking of, like, the air and just movement, and then into, like, maybe clearing and in a meadow, and it was gentle, and then moving into, like, fire and, like, the crackling and then, like, the growth of trees, and then kind of in the end taking a step back from it all into space and looking down on Earth or something. So it was, I don't know, there were parts of it that were just really strange. And
Yeah, relate that though to your power statement if you can. Your power statement was?
my power statement was the power of creation is manifest in my self-awareness, and I think I was just playing off that in my head and, like, imagining, associating with the noises I was hearing, just, I guess for me, like, the divine is in nature and creation is in nature, and I was just seeing, like, the transformation and the movement between elements, and then taking a step back and being able to have space between that creation and the awareness of it.
Yeah, yeah. As you were talking about that, that's what I totally got. It was like all of the elements coming together, the creative process, and helping you become alive and being into your
That's a
yourself.
lot to hold.
Yes,
It's awesome.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I don't know, I didn't know, like, I almost wanted to cry or something. It was just very, like, intense in some ways, like, just, I don't know, just, like, the images that I was kind of like, whoa, that's not good, you know, before, like, it was changing, so I got used to it, but at first I'm like, I don't know if I want to be, like, a storm cloud. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like, that's probably not a good thing to be on, but then I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's
But out of the
creation is part
creation,
of it.
out of the void, out of the darkness
Yeah.
comes the light, right?
right.
Yeah, and we have a tendency, like power animals that come to us, we want to judge that and say,
Right. Oh, dang,
you
it's
know,
a dung beetle.
yeah, yeah,
Rotten luck.
yeah. But out of that, out of the dark, out of the void, that's how Creator brought, and then there was light, and then there was light.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
and I mean, things, it was just constantly shifting, though, because even after, like, it was the darkness and the lightning bolts, like, it was immediately, like, just these, like the brightness and the blue and the contrast of, like, the large clouds and just moving in that, and, yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, isn't self-awareness a little bit like that? Or a
Keeping
lot
up with
like
the
that?
changing, yeah.
Yeah,
These
I
changing
mean,
tides.
self-awareness is not just being in the meadow, is it?
No.
No, no. And how do we learn most on this planet? We learn through that,
Challenge.
yeah, that challenge and the chaos. And as Misha's learning, it's the struggle, the diametrically opposed forces that create that crisis. That, and lots of people are very crisis oriented. They thrive on crisis, or they thrive like race car drivers. You know, they have to live on that edge to feel alive.
And yet, like, taking a step back, I can just think that no matter what was happening on Earth, if you were far enough away, it would always look kind of similar and constant, and, like, you could maybe see the clouds moving, but it wouldn't, like, being in the thick of a storm, it's like having vertigo or something, whereas if you were
Yeah.
in a plane or something, just looking at the clouds, it's pretty steady.
And do you relate that to sometimes, again, the turmoil you experience in your self-growth?
Yes, I mean, my self-growth was not really a choice. It was just, you know, it was the product of being in crisis all the time and needing, like, for survival, needing to gain perspective. And so I'm blessed in a way and also kind of burdened by that, I guess.
Yeah, so this triggered, if I'm hearing you, some cellular memories for you in terms of your own survival and your own, your
Maybe,
own-
I don't know.
yeah. Because a lot of times sound will bring up those things that we buried and we're not ready to face. And in soul retrieval work, that they come up when they're ready to come up. But sometimes we want to shy away from, most of the time we want to shy away from those dark, scary places. And if we can conjure up enough courage to take a look at what Spirit's trying to show us, then we can shed literally light on it. Yeah, and see what's behind that shadow. Yeah, yeah. But thank you. Those were all very, very, I feel, profound experiences. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so vulnerable.
What were your experiences during that?